KG4DVE repeater system.
N8QA connected to KG4DVE.
CQ, this is KN4IMU, calling the Tri-State 2-meter net into session. My name is Michael, and I will be your net control operator tonight. This net is sponsored by the River Cities Amateur Radio Association and meets on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. This net meets on the repeaters KG4DVE on a frequency of 146.940, negative offset and a tone of 107.2, N8QA 145.390, negative offset and a tone of 136.5, and N8QA 444.600, positive offset, no PL, as well as on Echolink at KG4DVE-R and N8QA-R. This net is an open net. All amateur radio operators are invited to participate in tonight's net, and the only thing you need is a valid amateur radio call sign. Following FCC rules, our net will yield to emergency traffic at any time during the net meeting. When you're asked to check in, please state your call sign slowly and phonetically, followed by your first name. After the check-in process, we will give each station a chance to make a comment or announcement. Rechecks will then be acknowledged and coordinated through net control following the check-in process. This is KN4IMU hosting the Tri-State 2-meter net. Before we begin tonight's net, are there any stations with emergency or priority traffic for the net? Alright, here and then we will start taking check-ins for tonight's net. We will first start off with our time value stations. Any stations that are short of time or would like to check in and out, please call now. Alright, moving on now, we will call for Echolink stations. Any Echolink stations wishing to check into the Tri-State 2-meter net, please call now. Alright, we'll go ahead and call for check-ins anywhere then. Any stations anywhere wishing to check into the Tri-State 2-meter net, please call now.
Kilo 8, Delta, Mike Kilo, Daniel, Soda, Furnace, Ohio.
Alright, Danny, I got you in there, K8DMK. Any other stations that would like to check in tonight?
W8XDB, Dave, Frederick, Ohio.
Alright, Dave, I got you in there, W8XDB. Any other stations that would like to check in tonight? Looking for any stations anywhere that would like to check into the Tri-State 2-meter net, please call now.
Kilo Delta 8, Whiskey Tango Golf, Tom, Muletown.
Alright, Tom, I got you in there, K88, WTG. Any other stations that would like to check in tonight? Well, we'll check again here in a few minutes, see if anybody else pops in here. Danny, we'll start with you, buddy. K8DMK, don't really have a question for the net tonight. What's going on with you, man?
Well, good evening, Mike, and everybody who's checked into the net so far, and those thinking about checking in, please do. Mike, thank you for running the net. You're doing a good job. We appreciate it very much, so thank you. Didn't do much today. Just went to the doctor, had some places burn off the side of my face, my nose, and
Somehow that doesn't surprise me. Danny, did you forget to charge your battery? I'll give him a sec to change it out then. Dave, I guess we'll drop down to you while we wait on him to get back in here. W8XDB, Mike's all yours, buddy.
Good evening, Mike. Danny. And, yeah, KD8WTG, Tom. Good evening to all of you. Hopefully you have more checking in. Hey, I never got into a thing today. Just have everybody pray for one of my youngest brothers. They flew him to Columbus last night. So, and just remember when you bend your knee to remember him. Very much appreciated. Like I say, I haven't been into anything. Just a little petting and playing with my dog. It was a kind of cool day, but sun finally popped out there and it warmed up a little bit. I think I had 60 here. So I'll take that and run with it. Before you know it, we'll actually be into the middle of summer. Boy, I hope we don't have all that humidity this year. But anyway, that's about it for me. I'll giving Danny a chance to change his battery there too. So that's all I got. So I'll send it back to you, Mike. 73s, everyone. Have a real good weekend. W8XDB.
All right, Dave. Appreciate you checking in, and we'll say a prayer for you and your family, man. Hopefully everything goes well for you all. Have a good evening and enjoy your weekend, and we will talk to you soon. All right, real quick, Danny, did you get back in there?
Yeah, Mike, I'm here. Sorry about that, guys. Battery went dead on the old HT and had to change them. I just said I was on the road today and went to the doctor and had places burn off on the side of my face and nose, and he done that and went to the bow shop and looked at a new bow, and it was really expensive, so I'm not going to get that. But that's about all I've done today. Got home here about 15, 20 minutes ago, and I'm going to get me some supper. I haven't ate all day. So, Mike, I'll turn it back over to you. Buddy KDMK, back to net control.
All right, Danny, glad to hear you got back in there and got your batteries changed out. I'm not sure how long you've been running on that one, but I think you exhausted as much as you could. But appreciate you checking in, man. Have a good evening, enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk to you here soon. All right, next up, let's go to Milltown, KD8WTG. Tom, how was your day, man?
Okay, good evening, Mike and everybody on the net tonight. I worked on a quote for a customer, and then doing a little bit of this and that and this and that. Went down and got my blood checked this morning or this afternoon. I'm on blood thinner, so I have to have it checked every so often. So went down and had that done today. So then come back home and done a little bit more of this and that and this and that. So okay, all right, back to net control. Everybody, stay warm and safe, and Dave, will hope the best for your relative. KD8WTG, back to net.
All right, Tom, appreciate you checking in on that, buddy. You have a good weekend, and we will talk to you soon. All right, we are at the bottom of the list. This is KN4IMU, hosting the Tri-State 2-Meter Net, and we are still taking check-ins for tonight's net. If there's any other stations looking to check in, please call now.
WX8G, Gary.
All right, Gary, got you in there on Echolink WX8G. Any other stations that would like to check in tonight?
November 8, Tango X-Ray.
Kim, Whiskey 5, Kilo, Echo, Bravo, Jeremy in Jonesboro, Arkansas.
KD8, KUM, Jim in Western Somewheresville.
Alright, real quick, again, I had Gary on Echolink. I got John, November 8 Tango X-Ray. Jeremy, Whiskey 5, Kilo Echo Bravo, and Jim, K88 KUM. Any other stations I would like to check in tonight? Alright, we will start off with Gary then, WX8G. Probably down there in the Ashley Corner, just lazing around on the lazy boy, I would say. Gary, how you doing, buddy?
Well, good evening to you, Mike, and everybody else. It's been a pretty good day. I went to Chillicothe and then to Lancaster and finally ended up in Athens. So, anyway, it was late. In other words, it was right about 6 o'clock when I pulled in fuel pumps. So we had to fuel the truck up. Had to put that DEF, I think is what they call it. I had to put that in the truck. So, got all that taken care of and finished my paperwork, and I was glad to be heading home. So, really feels good to be off from work. And anyway, got 2 days off. So, hope all you guys have a wonderful weekend. And the best 73, WX8G, back to net.
Alright, Gary. Well, appreciate you checking in, buddy. Sounds like you had a pretty busy day there. You have a good weekend, buddy, and get yourself some well-deserved rest, and we will talk to you soon. Alright, next up, we'll go over to Mount Alto, November 8, Tango X-Ray. John, how you doing tonight?
This N8TX, John, Mount Alto. Doing okay. Mowed some grass today and didn't even break a sweat. I like that. Nice weather for doing that. Real good weather for it. Maybe it won't grow so fast now like it has been. That cools down a little bit. But that's just one of the summertime jobs we've got to put up with. So. But that's about all I've got. I didn't have much to say. Just everybody stay safe and healthy. You know, wear your mask when you can. And everybody have a good weekend. Looks like we'll have a good one coming up here. So we'll say 73 to everybody. This is N8TX.
Alrighty, John. Appreciate you checking into tonight's Net Man. As always, glad to hear you in there. Have a good weekend, and we will talk to you soon. Alright, next up, we'll go down to Arkansas. Whiskey 5, Kilo Echo Bravo. Jeremy, what's going on down there tonight?
Well, good evening time to you and everybody on the net. This is Whiskey 5, Kilo Echo Bravo. Jeremy in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Well, it's starting to rain a little bit here. I'm at work. I stepped outside a minute to kind of take a break and look around here, and it's starting to sprinkle a little. Using my headset on my iPhone, I don't know how it's picking up. You might tell me when I turn it back to you. But anyway, well, I don't know about there, but the pollen is real bad here. My truck is white, but I think I got a yellow truck now. I'm looking at all the pollen, so we do need some rain. But with that, everybody have a good weekend. We'll say 73, God bless, and everybody take care, and I'll turn it back to you, KN4IMU from W5KEB.
All right, Jeremy, appreciate you checking in. What were you wanting me to answer there? I'm sorry, I kind of missed what you were asking there.
I was just wondering how my audio is. I'm using the iPhone earphones or whatever with an inline mic. I was wondering if it was picking up okay. Back to you, W5KB.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's coming through great. A little on the quiet side, but I'd rather have that than be too loud. You're about the same as Gary there, if that helps you out at all. But sounds really good otherwise. But yeah, I'd say it works really well.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, and y'all have a good rest of the night, and I'll be listening while I'm working here. Y'all have a good night from W5KB.
All right, Jeremy. Well, as always, we're glad to hear you checking in there from Arkansas, man. You're always welcome to join us. Have a good evening, man, and we will talk to you soon. All right, next up we'll go to somewhere in the west end of somewhere, K88 KUM. Jim, what's going on with you, man?
I had a real good day here. I didn't get up early this morning. I laid around in bed, but didn't want to get up. Got up about 11 or so, and I had to walk up to the store at 11:30. I walked up to, finally got going and dressed and up and walked up and got my Mountain Dew, and so I'm all right. And I'm glad you said about it like Gary. The audio sounds a whole lot better than Gary's to me. I don't know. Gary's his sounded really good. So, yeah, I didn't do anything else today. Just sat around the house after drank my Mountain Dew. And the last blood test I had, the nurse poked the needle in my arm, wiggled it all around, and I don't know how she did that, but no blood would come out. So she tried it another time, a couple times, and got nothing. I said, well, you must have took it all out. I ain't got no more blood. So then she tried the other arm, and there was a little bit in there, and got the results back, and the doctor said I was at least stable, so I guess I'm still here for another 6 months. So back to you, Mike, KUM.
All right, Jim, appreciate you checking in, Ned. Always good to hear you on here. Have a good evening, buddy, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, we are at the bottom of the list. This is KN4MU, hosting the Tri-State 2 Mirror Net. Before we continue, I do want to pass along this coming Monday, the 19th, the Southern Ohio Amateur Radio Association will be having their first in-person meeting at some time. They will be having testing at 6 o'clock and a meeting at 7, and it will be at the Lawrence County Joint Response Operations Center, JROC, 715 Lane Street in Coal Grove, Ohio. So if anybody needs a test, make sure you get there for that. In case you missed our test session this week. Alright, again, we are at the bottom list. Still taking check-ins for the net tonight. Are there any other stations out there looking to check in? Please call now.
KB8 SRN, Gary.
Recheck.
Alright, I got a KB8 SRN Gary in there. Now, Gary number 1, I got your recheck. We'll come back to you here in just 1 second. Are there any other stations looking to check in? Alright, we'll start up there with Gary number 1. Go ahead with your recheck.
I just wanted to
make it known there. Jim talking about them trying to get blood out of him. It's hard to get blood out of a turnip.
Just waiting for Jim's rebuttal there.
Just like the nurse couldn't get no blood out of my arm, I didn't have nothing coming back.
I was expecting you guys to go back and forth there. I was actually kind of getting excited there for a sec. Oh, well. Let's go on up to Muletown then, or somewhere near it. KB8SRN. Gary, good to hear you checking in, buddy. Gary number 2. What's going on with you, man?
Good evening, Michael, and everybody on the net. I got a late check-in here tonight. My son and his family were here. They just left, so cut you guys before you signed off, or I would have been on earlier. But anyway, I guess Monday I got the oil changed and the tires rotated on my Jeep, and a little project I've been working on, got that finished up, and that's been my day. So, good to hear everyone. Back to you, Michael. KB8SRN 73.
All right, Gary, well, I'm glad to hear you in here, buddy. You have a good weekend, and we will talk to you soon. All right, we're at the bottom list again. I'm going to go and throw myself on the list, make that 9. As for me, it was just a normal day, a busy day. I think I had 88 stops total, so a little busier than usual. Then got off work, came home. I had ordered antennas for some radio feeds. The first one showed up today, and yeah, I'd made the decision to go to the Postal Service and regretting that decision because it came damaged, so filing a claim with the shipper and hopefully hope for the best on that. That's just been a normal day, trying to figure out if I'm going to have something to eat tonight, or if I'm just going to chill out, might go have a fire, I don't know yet. But that's how my day's gone, break. Let's see, it's Friday. Friday night, so no nets through Sunday evening. 7:30 p.m. will be the Ohio District 8 Aries net. That'll be on the Southeast Ohio DMR talk group. So if you get a chance to check into that, make sure you do so. And then we'll be back Monday for the next Tri-State 2-meter net. That's pretty much it. Actually, if you're in Portsmouth there, I think the Vanceburg net's still going on currently. Not sure if they're still going or not, but they are supposed to have a net at the same time on Friday night, so maybe they'll be in there. I might link up the repeater and see if I can hear it from here. So, anyways, that's about it. I guess we'll do a final call for check-ins and see if anybody else checks in the net, and if not, we'll close the net out for the evening.
Kilowatt Charlie 8, Juliet Romeo Echo, KCHJRE, John in Muletown.
Kilo Oscar 4, November Whiskey Foxtrot, Clifton and Flatwoods.
Alright, John got you up there in Muletown, KCJRE, and Clifton got you in there, KO4NWF. Any other stations looking to check in? Heard you check in the wall. How you doing this evening?
Well, I don't know if that was directed to me or not. All I heard was this evening. So I'll take for granted you meant John Minford. I'm doing okay. It's good to hear you. I apologize for the late check-in. However, I just thought of it. And I thought, well, I hope that that's still on. I haven't checked in for a while. I'll check in if I can and make a few quick hellos. So hello to everyone. And today was somewhat of a busy day. Sharon and I went and bought some food, and then we had dinner out, and then I stopped at Lowe's and looked at some storm doors. I'm going to put a new storm door on the house and the garage, so I did that. Now I'm just at home and doing some research on storm doors and doing some HF work. And figured I'd check into that real quick. So anyway, 73s, everyone. Have a great evening. KCA JRE back to net control.
All right, John. Well, glad you thought of us, buddy. Good to hear you checking in here. You have a good weekend, and we will talk to you soon. All right, next up we'll go to Flatwoods, KO4NWF. Clifton, what's going on with you, man? How's your day been?
Pretty all right. Thanks for doing the net, Mikey, and doing a great job. Yep, I've been looking up HF after passing the general, so bought a microbit X thing, so if anybody's built one of those before, love some insight and some input on that. But other than that, not much. Went for a sound check for a show tomorrow, and then tomorrow I'll be playing it, so it's been a pretty all right day. KO4NWF, back to net control.
All right, Clifton, glad you're checking in, man. Glad you're getting some use out of that license upgrade, man. Have a good evening, and we will talk to you soon. All right, well, you're at the bottom list again. Final call for check-ins for the Tri-State 2-meter net. Any stations anywhere, please call now. Final call for check-ins for the Tri-State 2-meter net. Please call now. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and close the net out for the week then. I'd like to thank everyone for checking into the Tri-State 2-meter net, and those that stood by while the net was being conducted tonight. We will now close the net at 8:30 p.m. with a total of 11 check-ins, and we'll turn all repeaters connected back to normal amateur use. This is KN4IMU, net control, and I'll be clear. KN4IMU, take it down the link.
N8QA disconnected.
And while we're at it, I'm going to do a test and see if that Vansburg net's still going on real quick, just for the heck of it, see what happens.
146.775 minus. Remote base tone set. Link radio on. Welcome to the AD4SK repeater. The temperature is 0 degrees. .940S.
KN4IMU clear.
KG4DVE repeater system.